Good morning, Sleepy Beauty. You have a dreidel and some cereal. Aren't you lucky? And now you really, really, really want oatmeal, don't you? Oatmeal. It's a little hot still. It's okay. Not too hot? Still too hot? Oh, now you don't want this? Why not? Try some. See? You want more now, eh? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that. That stuff's good. Who looks a little sick today? I think what happened was you got a cold. Yeah, that's your jacket from the lovely Erin. You got a cold. You gave it to your sister. Your sister took that cold and made it all new and special again for you and gave it back to you. That's what I think.
Good morning, everyone. I have not had my coffee yet, and I'm in desperate mood. I'm on my way to work. I took the bus today. Andrew needed the car. He is going into the office. And as I left, the little monster woke up, which was adorable. Last night she woke up at 12. As I was saying, the little monster woke up. She wanted out of her room, so I took her out of her room and I stroked her so that she would go to sleep. It's funny how everyone is staring. I honestly don't think I could do this in public. I know that Andrew is saying a whole bunch of vloggers do and are getting better at it, but I find it really hard because people are looking at me and thinking I'm kind of insane. That's it. I thought this would be a little bit quieter, but it's not today. Some last minute stuff to do before the holidays. Hooray! I got all excited. I thought there was another vlogger on the street, which just shows you like how insane this has become. That was holding up something, and then I realized he was holding up his phone for a signal. No other vlogger on the streets in Snowdon. So I realized about taking the bus, what's interesting is how people behave. So at this point, everyone pretty much has a smartphone. But then, like, some people talk on the phone, and I just don't feel that the bus is a place to talk on the phone. If you're going to have like an emergency conversation or a 2-minute conversation, absolutely. But hey, how are you doing conversation, I don't know if it should be done on the bus. Now, I don't really know if I'm in the position to say anything because I'm also taking the bus once every so often. Thoughts? I am on my way to get milk. There is no milk today. We're all dying for coffee in the office, so I volunteered to walk over, which is good. Last night, as you heard, Andrew and I were up super late. Andrew was up even later. He was up until 2. Then we were up relatively early. As I get older, these 5-hour nights just don't do. But I remember as a general rule in university, it was as long as I got 5 hours, it was fine. Apparently, that is not the case anymore.
As much as I love walking, the convenience of the car drop-off is fantastic. I was just remarking that it's really quiet today. There weren't many kids in the class. And it just occurred to me, I'm sure a bunch of people have started taking their vacation. It's that time. I don't know how many people are working tomorrow. And today is sort of like that last day where, not working tomorrow, why am I going to work today? Right? It's my favorite thing. No, not the postman. The snow removal. I could seriously watch that all day long. I won't. But I could. That was kind of nice of him. I think he didn't want to take out my bushes because he was like, normally they blow on the little part on the other side of the path, but I think he looked at it and shook his head as much to say, yeah, I don't think I could do anything with that. But at least the snow was removed, or more accurately, thrown on my lawn. But I'm okay with that. Stretching! Focus! Dude on the bike is more hardcore than I am. I was gonna say it might be his only means of communication. Might be his only means of transportation. But still, it's not warm right now. Hold on, I'm gonna focus. I'm in a school zone. You gotta love herds of kids, eh? So I'm late. I'm off for an office party sort of lunch thingy-mabob. Just a bunch of people from the office getting together to enjoy a little lunch around this holiday season. But I was supposed to be there sort of nowish, and I'm sort of at home-ish. So I'm going to sort of be late-ish. I was given the very vague ish time. So once you give me an ish time, I kind of I kind of do the horrible thing and think, oh, well, that's when I'll leave, is when the ish starts. Truthfully, I was wrapped up in watching the footage of Tova at the Torah dedication service that she and Abby went to, 2 weeks ago now, or a week and a half ago, whatever it was. Anyways, I'm going to elaborate on it later, because there's some thought process behind it, and I think it's very, it describes very well what I think we're doing here. If we are doing anything, and I'm not sure we are, but I think we are. So I said I would explain later. I'm still sitting at the same red light, and I'm thinking I'm going to explain now. And I'm going to be here for a while, because the crosswalk just got activated. Tova goes to the ceremony. It's very loud, it's very cool, and then I asked her to explain it afterwards, and she gets very emotional, as you guys all saw, tears and whatnot. She actually did it twice. She did it the second time without crying as much. I didn't use that one because it wasn't as genuine. And I had the rest of the vlog that I had already done that literally had me watching paint, as again, you've all seen. My first instinct was to go back and edit that stuff out, because clearly I couldn't have this awesomely emotional stuff starting off with me literally watching paint dry. But it occurred to me, that's our life. That is everyone's life. We all go through these swings in a day. Ours is condensed down to 15 minutes, or in this case 15 minutes, so it looks like, oh my god, what a huge swing. But no, every day we experience these uber highs and uber lows. Some days it's more even keel, and other days it has this stark contrast, this black and white, this Rebecca's coughing, we're playing dreidel on the floor, to Tova crying because she's so touched by the ceremony she attended. And I thought it was a very interesting, I think it illustrates these vlogs beautifully. You have mundane, fun with family, moments in the shower, deep emotion, full range of life. And that's what we do. That's why we do this, so we can remember these things. I just thought it was really cool, and I'm really glad I left it as is. I went from being a little late to a lot late, because it never occurred to me that there would be traffic. Take a look at these guys. What are they called? Lug nuts? How is that legal? Like, that's Mad Max crap. Seriously, like, what are you hoping to do? Puncture my tire and drive me off the road? I'm kind of hoping this is an accident up ahead or something, because all of a sudden it's cleared up. Not that I'm hoping for an accident, don't get me wrong. I have come to the sad realization that office emergencies only occur at 4 o'clock at night. I can have a quiet day with no fire drills, no panics, smooth sailing. And then at 3 o'clock, the proverbial shoe hits the shan. Where's that foo hits the shan? Yeah, I think it's the other one. Unbelievable. I'm making more coffee. After my lunch, which was wonderful. Though possibly a little, I won't say depressing, but maybe I will. I went and got a coffee at Starbucks. And there were a bunch of people doing, I don't know what it's called outside of the hashtag world, but hashtag 20, hashtag 26, hashtag 28 in some cases, hashtag 27. For those of you who don't know, and again, these vlogs are so behind, it's kind of sad that it's so far behind. Random acts of kindness. The world's gone to hell, people. We all know it. Random acts of kindness will bring it back. And while I was waiting for my coffee at Starbucks, the drive-through line was paid for by someone. Everybody who came up, their drink was paid for. The guy basically paid for the queue. And we need to do this, people. We need to, if you're in the express checkout aisle, it's hard to do in certain situations. The drive-through lane is perfect because they already know the order and they can just pay for it because they've already placed their order. It's harder everywhere else. One of the things I thought of was getting a gift card. So basically what you do is you buy a $10 gift card and you hand it to the person behind you and you move on. These are all monetary things. Holding the door open for people, saying thank you, giving your neighbor cookies. There's thousands of things we can do. But the hashtag 20 thing is taking off, and it's basically random acts of kindness. We used to do this, people. We were good to one another. We liked each other. We loved thy neighbor. And that's not because of the biblical thing. I was just reading, my dad had sent me this thing about childhood development and how it's important to foster self-worth And they essentially, with puppets, are able to test, I think it was like year-old or 18-month-old babies. And when someone is selfless and helps someone else out, babies identify with that person and like that person more than anyone else. So it kind of brings into that whole question of, is there morality without God? Who cares? Be good to your neighbor. And your neighbor in this metroplex, massive world connecting yada 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 is huge. We can do good. We need to do good. I'm trying to figure out how to do good in 2013. Of course, if the world doesn't end tonight. I don't know. Anyone know when the apocalypse is?
Rushing to get Rebecca, poor thing. I don't want her to be there late, and I didn't notice the time. So it's about 4:10 now. Hopefully I can get to the bus in time and then rush to get her. Had such a nice day today. I had a lunch with the whole office staff, and it was really, really very nice. It was a nice time to bond. Food was so delicious. It was a really nice afternoon. Anyways, I'm a little out of shape. I'm trying to speed walk. I ran for the bus. I have a policy against running for the bus, but I ran because I knew that I wanted to get to Rebecca on time. So actually, instead of getting her by bus, because then I would have to pay for 3 stops after, I'm coming home, getting the car, and going to get her, which will probably be just as quick anyways. Abby had a little play date today, so she got picked up. So I'm curious as to how that's going. I think she's going to flip out when I pick her up for dinner, because she'll probably want to have dinner there. And they were more than willing to do that, but I know that Andrew misses her and really wants to see her at the end of the day. So we will see how that goes. So we had something very interesting the other day with our little Abby. Abby said to me she doesn't want to be Jewish. And I said, well, why not? And she said it was because she wanted Santa to bring her presents. So I was like, well, you don't really need Santa because you have everybody else giving you presents. However, where she even gets this, I don't even know, because she goes to a Jewish daycare. We certainly don't have it in the house, although she asked for a tree the other day. And thankfully, I was just well equipped to deal with the answer. And she asked, why can't we have a tree in the house, Mommy? And I said, because this is a Jewish house, and in our house, we don't celebrate Christmas. Obviously, we go see Nana, and we have a great time there, and we enjoy the holiday. So it's always very interesting at this time of year. When she said she didn't want to be Jewish, I was like, it's fleeting. I just feel that it's amazing, because now I'm so much more secure in like what we teach and like what we show, and hopefully at the end of the day she has a strong identity and appreciates the Jewish holidays and the Christmas holidays for what they are. Kiss for Daddy?
Hi. Would you like to come up?
I think she just wanted a kiss.
Kiss? Excuse me. I know you know what kiss means. Oh, did you scratch my desk? That's why we can't have nice things. Ooh, pliers.
Do we think it's wise to give the 17-month-old pliers?
Oh, not in the coffee, Mummy. You just watched me put... Look, Mummy started another clip to end prematurely as Daddy's talking.
Should I put your hat on? Here, let me put your hat on. Ha! Oh, do you want your hat back? Go like this, go yes.
Can you do yes?
Yes. No, you can't do yes. You look sick. Oh, boobily. Oh, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh, ah, ooh. You want cheese, yes or no? Tomato? Maybe Mummy will stop cleaning and videotaping and stuff like that and get some plates.
Rice everywhere.
Rice-A-Roni, the San Francisco treat. We are victims of television, aren't we? How do you keep such a clean house?
Take care of Daddy.
Thanks.
No,
It's not a source of stress at all.
Daddy,
Why are you stressed?
Because our house is upside down.
So when you took everything out of the old Navy bags, why'd you just leave them on the table?
I didn't take them all out.
You didn't take out a dress and a t-shirt?
Oh,
here
yes.
yesterday?
Yes, I could.
And leave
yes.
them right here?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Are you argumentative?
Yes.
Oh, you stopped. Our little miss was doing laps. Boom. I think you might be tired. Crawling? That's so 2 months ago. 3 months now, I guess. I just put Abby to sleep, and she informed me that she would like me to make bunk beds so that she could sleep on the top and I would sleep on the bottom. And if she has a nightmare or needs something in the night, that way she could just tell me what she needs in the middle of the night. Perfectly sound and logical. I thought I heard a car. Tova just came home from her girls' night. Unfortunately, Rebecca's coughed a bunch of times, which really sucks, because Abby hasn't. So, Rebecca has a cold, gives it to Abby, Abby mutates it, gives it back to Rebecca. Awesome. Feels like a Friday. It's not, which means tomorrow's gonna suck. I'm gonna take this opportunity to say goodnight, and have a fantastic evening.
Hi everybody, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I want to do it again and again.